We can take our seats.
Switch to this. Try to keep it simple. Great. That sounds even better. Yeah.
So the next presenter is the Ronald McDonald House Charities. We have Holly Buckendahl, Executive Director, Mark Anderson, Director of Programs and Operations, Alicia Scholl, guest of Cherry Street House. They are asking for $20,000, $20,700 for a heating project that they will tell you about now.
Hi, thanks for having us tonight. And yes, the key for us tonight is to help us heat the house. What we'd like to do with you guys tonight is start with you just like we start every staff meeting, every board meeting, every advisory board meeting. And that is we like to get everybody in the mission moment. So we would like to really start with telling you a mission story, and then we'll get talking a little bit more about the project that we'd like you all to fund tonight. So if you wouldn't mind just giving Alicia your attention, and she's going to talk just a little bit about her family and her brother who 5 years ago were impacted by Ronald McDonald House Charities, and they had quite a journey with us. And so I'd just like you all to give her your attention for just a second.
Okay, as she said, my family came in contact with Ronald McDonald House 5 years ago when my little 12-year-old brother, John, had a traumatic brain injury. It was absolutely devastating, and in the matter of 24 hours, his life changed forever and the life of my entire family. He was airlifted here to Kansas City in critical condition, and we were dropped off here with nothing. We had nobody, no support or anything. And the Ronald McDonald House picked us up and scooped us in and treated us like family. Anything and everything we needed, it was never, ever too much for them. And to have a place to go that was right across the street from John was amazing. We were able to be there when we got that doctor's call at 2 a.m. and could run across the street, and that was unbelievable. And after John was released from the hospital after 2 months, the Ronald McDonald House set us up with the Rehab Institute and helped get John there every day for 7 months. And I don't think John would be where he is today without their help. And year after year, we have flown all over the United States to continue in fighting for treatment for him. And every time we go anywhere, it's always the Ronald McDonald House that picks us up and lets us in. But the Cherry Street is truly our second home.
So, I mean, as you can see, we're impacting lots of families each and every day. And many of you are familiar with us. We're a local charity that really relies on local support. And we have 67 bedrooms that house families every single night. And we make sure that they have the amenities of home while they're staying with us. About 4 years ago, on Valentine's Day in 2006, we opened up a house that added 41 bedrooms to our capabilities. And we did that because we were turning away 200 families a night. And that just was not acceptable to us. And so today I'm happy to say that it's really fairly rare. It does happen on a monthly basis that some families are turned away, but we tried to make sure that we were fulfilling the need in our community. So it's important that we really wrap our arms around these families that are coming to Kansas City, some that live in Kansas City, that are basically seeking out medical treatment for their child. And as you heard about the Scholl family, you will travel anywhere you can to get what you need for your child. And if that means that you visit 6 different states and you see 6 different doctors and you try to find out who can offer you the best medical care, that's really what the point is. And so we are just thankful that we are part of Ronald McDonald Houses around the country. But it's also important that I just want to make sure that you all know that we really are a local charity that does rely on your support. And so we're just so grateful tonight that you've taken time to hear our story, to think about what it is that we need. And tonight, it's a boiler. The house that this family stayed in is 21 years old, and so we really want to make good on our investment and invest in our families even further by making sure that we keep this house warm in the winter. And right now, that's just what we're hoping for. So I'm going to let Mark talk a little bit more about some of our families and the house, and we'll answer any questions here in a little bit.
Great. Hi. Thanks for letting us come and speak. My name is Mark Anderson. I'm the Programs and Operations Director with Ronald McDonald House Charities. I've had the good pleasure of being here for a year. And as we mentioned, boiler is what we're needing. Cherry Street, which is our oldest house that we own and operate, is 21 years old. And it sits in Longfellow neighborhood, just south of Children's Mercy Hospital. And we really are kind of a home away from home. And if you think back to your childhood, going to grandma's house, what that was like, and that is exactly what Cherry Street is. It's coming home and coming into a house that looks kind of like grandma's house. You're greeted by a staff member or volunteer who's grateful that you're there to have that comfort. You smell of food, of volunteers that we have come in on a nightly basis, 365 days a week, to prepare a home-cooked meal, a hot meal for families when they've spent the whole day in the hospital. And then they're also able to go ahead and have a nice place to sleep in a warm house, and especially with the winter coming up, it is going to be tough. What we passed around to you is pictures of the boiler, and you also have pictures within your PowerPoint presentation. And I don't know how many of you folks understand boilers that have a little leak, and there you see the little leak. It can be a very expensive fix. And so instead of getting it fixed and paying for it, we're actually going to go ahead and get a new boiler. As you know, it's gone cold here recently, and we need to get this boiler in as soon as possible. We've revved it back up. That leak is current. That is what's happening right now. So anyway, that is what we're looking for. We're going to get a boiler that's high efficient, that's going to do a couple things for us. It's going to save us on our utility bills. We're not going to have as high of gas bills. And then we're also going to have 3 boilers kind of within one. So if one goes out, we can still continue to heat the house. Right now, if our boiler goes out, we're out of luck and don't have anything to do. The last page is kind of talking about the impact of what this boiler is going to do. The ultimate impact is that over the course of the life of this boiler, that we're going to be able to provide services to 45,000 families, children and adults at this house. So the children that you may be helping could be your children down the road or your grandchildren, because this boiler is going to be lasting us 20, 25 years into the future. So you really are going to make an impact. Alicia, she just commented, she had not seen the video that we're going to cue up here in just a second, of Tara and her son, and they were fortunate enough to have crossed paths at the house this summer, and their families got to know each other, and so she was pleasantly surprised to see Tara. So I will go ahead and cue that up so you can see another family and their story, and then we'll take questions.
Since our son's been born, even before he was born, he's been our #1 priority. He's our reason for living. He's our only child, and we just don't know what we'd do without him. And to be able to be so close to him means a whole lot. I'd just like to thank God for the Ronald McDonald House and all the volunteers and all the people that have donated, and the people that can donate in the future and help out for all the families that are in need. The workers there are so helpful, and the people that come in and volunteer are so nice and kind. They bring in food and donations, and it's just amazing that people are that generous. And it's a lot of support that the families need. That, you know, it's a family away from home, because it's just amazing. You can't imagine what it's like to be away from your child until you've been through it. And so it's been a blessing from God to be able to be over there and have it close.
So, thank you for letting us come and share our story. I believe we have used 30 seconds for questions. Sorry. Yes.
If you did not get this money, what other sources of potential funding do you have?
Well, and I'm going to be honest with you, the sources are slim. The Cherry Street house, as we mentioned, is a 21-year-old house, and in a matter of a year and a half, we've already had to search for funding for a variety of things, between a roof, a new air conditioner, masonry work. So we're in trouble here, and you know, there are not a lot of finances to support this, and there are not many groups in town to support a project like this. And so you are it.
I'm gonna leave packets up front if anybody wants them.
Are these the only 2 sets?